Today in the crypto space, we see the market showing a bit of strength. Bitcoin right around 88,000, up approximately 4%. Ethereum back above the $1,600 mark, up approximately 3%. And the rest of the crypto space doing pretty good. We have some good gainers, AVAX, SUI, Kaspa, Celestia, and many others right now showing a bit of strength. In today's video, I want to talk about the general market. I want to use Bitcoin as a leading indicator, but more importantly, I want to do a quick update on a project that we covered and has been doing good since. That project is called Kaspa. So you know what? Let's talk about the news, let's analyze the charts, and let's strategize to capitalize. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mike, and let's get right into it, guys. If you're new to the channel, welcome on the channel. We talk about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the altcoins. Looking for opportunity, whether we go up or down, bearish or bullish, it doesn't matter. All we want to do is stay one step ahead of the market so that we can capitalize on any of the volatility. And if you appreciate the strategy, subscribe to the channel, click the bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, including the live streams at 8 p.m. EST, where we talk about crypto news and price action. Guys, if you have any projects you want me to cover here on the channel, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. You can hit me up on the socials. The links are in the description. Better yet, guys, join the Discord. The Discord is where it's at. Lots of good alpha, trade setups, fundamentals, and learning material. The best part is it's absolutely free. All right, guys, let's begin. Let's see what's going on here with this market, because I can sense the bullish momentum. You can see that the market cap has been rising. Nice, slow and steady rise, making higher highs and higher lows. What interests me more, obviously, is the trading volume. We're picking up a bit of volume in the same direction as the increase in market cap, which tells us that there's some market participation, which tells us there's a bit of consensus for this move to the upside. And obviously, if that's the case, we could expect a bit of sustainability here, a sustainable run to the upside. Now, of course, we need a lot more volume. Like I am celebrating this little spike in volume, but it's nothing where we really need to see for this market to run. Now, what's going to make that happen? Definitely retail investors, the general market coming back, and so on and so forth. But it's these individuals that are here, people like you and I, the degens of all degens, here looking for opportunities where nobody is looking, that is causing this slight increase in volume. And this is a good sign, because that means that we're in the right place at the right time before we get the retail FOMO coming in. We are actively right now participating. Okay, so this is good. Now, I think a lot of us are really worried that do we come down even for a retracement, a bullish retracement, a healthy pullback? What do we do in the next little while? And we're going to do our best to navigate this market, of course. We'll take a look at Bitcoin just in a second, and then we'll take a look at Kaspa, because of course I want to focus on Kaspa in today's video. But the reality is that it's the general market that's most concerning here, right? The total market cap. And this is something that we've been talking about on the live streams. Guys, don't forget, feel free to join. I'm live tonight. I'm live every night at 8 p.m. EST. And we talk about different strategies and different scenarios that could play out. Of course, it's all a game of probability. And as we see these confirmations in this market build, the probability of a continuation does increase, and my bullish stance starts to get more aggressive. And this is the way to do it. You can shift from bearish to bullish, and slow and steadily as the thesis becomes stronger and stronger. So I do see a bullish thesis getting stronger. And of course, led by Bitcoin. Bitcoin right around 88,000 did expand to the upside. It did break trend. It is currently breaking structure. There's a lot of good things here for Bitcoin as far as price action goes. But for those of us that are still in the altcoin market, smoking fat bowls of hopium as per usual, the Ethereum price hasn't really been doing much. Okay, yes, we're at about 1,600. Guys, we have a bit of work to do here still for Ethereum and the rest of the altcoins, right? We have BNB showing a lot of strength, and as you can see, a lot of these altcoins have been breaking to the upside. And I have been telling you guys, be prepared, because we are seeing a bit of momentum. We have AVAX doing great. We have obviously Cardano doing okay. I think Cardano's gearing up for a little bit of a better move, given that its price action got a bit of whipsaw price action when we had that announcement by Trump that we were going to have a reserve and all of that. Cardano was listed. And we did get a bit of that fluctuation, which leaves the chart in a little bit of speculation or a little bit of uncertainty. So I feel people are backing off a little bit to gain that certainty in the chart. But generally speaking, guys, you can see, like, look at Chainlink doing good. I know it's only up 1.5% for the day, but you can look at the price action, guys. That's all it is. Nice slow grind to the upside. Those are great until we pick up bigger momentum. Sui breaking out to the upside, 6.5%. These are great, moves to the upside, not just based on percentages, but on market structure. And that's what I'm going to be focusing on here on the channel in the next little while, is what does it look like with regards to structure? It's not just about percentages. Look at BitTensor, Tau doing great. Ondo breaking above, making a higher high here, which is good. And as we keep on going down, we see Kaspa. That's the project that I want to talk about today, guys. Since I released that video, when did I release that video? Just to reminisce on the past as to when I did release the video, about 8 days ago. Okay, we'll take a look at what's been happening there, because generally speaking, Kaspa has been doing good. We saw Render has been doing good. Hyperliquid has been doing good. We have Tau that has been doing good. So many projects have been doing really good in the last little while. And I'm expecting a few others to do a bit of a catch up. And, I have a few on my list, and we talk about these on the Discord quite a bit and on the live streams. And, this is the thing, guys. When are we going to get bullish? You're going to wait for all the confirmations? Guys, it might be too late to gain some of that exposure, where, yes, there's a bit of risk, but the reward is still there. So if you can have a healthy balance between risk and reward, take a shot. It doesn't have to be a big one. It could be a small one. Measure it out, weigh it out based on probability, and just take a shot. Say, I think is looking good. We have Injective looking pretty good. We have many projects looking pretty good. But then again, is it too late? Did we already pump on lower time frames? Guys, let's take a look at Bitcoin. I know you're here to talk about charts, so let's begin. Let's see what's going on here with Bitcoin, and then we'll take a look at Kaspa. Bitcoin at the current moment, as we speak, is looking for a breakout. Guys, if we break out of this range, guys, we might see Bitcoin officially confirm a higher high, which begins that whole change of character talk once again. Let's take a look at this in a little bit more detail. Now, I do expect a bullish response, right? And a bullish response that eventually breaks highs. Now, again, is this the opportunity? Is this the scenario? If we break above, close the daily candle by tonight, we close that daily candle, we're doing pretty good, right? It's nice move to the upside. And then the question is, how far through this volume gap can we go? And sometimes we fill up the volume gap. We, fill up the imbalance in the chart, and we look for levels, and these are very good levels. I would say if we can get to about 93,000, I would say, that's a good level to start, worrying about shorts coming in, getting defensive on any longs. Why? Because the market works in peaks and valleys regardless. Now, I don't know with, 100 degrees certainty that that's going to happen. What I do know is that it is starting to run right into a good level of resistance based on the point of control and all the volume right into here. I can expect a lot of emotional bids at this level. Okay, so just be prepared. Now, if that does happen, we are going to potentially come down for retracement. I do not think we're going to come down for a massive retracement. I think that the best case scenario for a bullish thesis is that we come down for a healthy breather, maybe down to the 0.382 Fibonacci. And as we get there, we can start, extending some Fibonacci lines. But at the current moment, we don't know what's going to happen. It's just possible that we get a rejection. It's possible we come down for that breather. It's possible that we use previous price action as support. It is possible that we break out. And it is also possible that we start squeezing all the shorts in these levels that are going to be piling in. Okay, this is all possible. Now, is this going to be the confirmation low, the higher low, or are we going to come down further and test some of these entries, which is also possible for that confirmation low, higher low? Now, once we get all these little details aligned, guys, we have no choice but to get full on bullish. That's the reality, because we start to get confirmations of the change of trend here in the price action. We have been making lower lows and lower highs, and if we get any recipe, something like this, even if we get rejected right now here and we come down for that higher low right now, that's also fine, because eventually we will break this top and go for that higher high. We need some higher highs and higher lows, and we are working on it day by day. Bitcoin is printing and printing good candles to suggest that is the thesis that we should be going for. Now, again, the bearish thesis here, guys, is that we do get rejected. And what do we do? Do we come down and break this bottom and make lower lows? Obviously, it's possible, guys. All of this is possible, but until we see the price above 77, even higher, 78, more or less right into here. And in fact, we can even introduce this horizontal right at this level. As long as we are above 83, we're still good, guys. We're still really good. Now, we could definitely break above, back test in spring. And like I said, this is the time now to, get defensive on some gains. Fresh longs are hard at the current moment because you're running into resistance. And this is the problem as to looking for a trigger that gets you bullish all at once and bearish all at once. Put yourself on a continuum, on a scale. You can get somewhat bullish and get some entries at levels that will get you into somewhat profits. And right now we are somewhat profitable, as you can see. Okay, Bitcoin is looking good. I don't want to get into too much detail here, guys, as we'll talk about it tonight. Everything regarding oscillation is looking pretty good. Momentum is upwards and follow through from divergence, and so is trend oscillator, and so far so good. Okay, guys, let's jump right into the Kaspa chart. So if Bitcoin continues showing strength, we should just start to see some of the altcoins continue showing strength. Now, like I mentioned, 6 days ago, I did release a video on many projects I've been covering, have been doing well, to be honest. Now, Kaspa is one of them. 6 days ago, more or less right into here, we've been breaking the trend line. You guys know I don't trade trend lines. Definitely not. But if you start to look at the reality of where Kaspa is, I can imagine the bulls defending. I could imagine, individuals wanting to buy this dip for many reasons. Change of character could be definitely being played out here, given that Bitcoin is showing us a lot of good signals. We could see this support level get defended. Of course, there is a lot of volume right into here to suggest that's possible. This was an emotional level, given that there was a huge volume gap that slowly has been filling up based on all this sell pressure and volume all into this level. Now it's starting to look interesting. We did get a nice bullish response with a nice V recovery right here and somewhat of a rounded bottom. Not the cleanest, but definitely a nice reaction to the upside, suggesting that bulls are defending here. And we can see that happen in the next little while, especially if we start closing daily candles similar to what we're expecting for Bitcoin to do. If we can close this daily candle above resistance, which is at about 8.3 cents, this line right here, guys, is starting to look pretty good that we are confirming a higher high. Okay, this is what we want to see. If we confirm a higher high here based on this high, all we need is a confirmation low. And I know some may argue, this is a double bottom, that's all we need, because technically speaking, if the trend was going to be our friend, we would have confirmed a lower low, which we didn't. So we didn't get a higher low, but we didn't get a lower low. So is this enough of a confirmation that we are pivoting to the upside, given the fact that we get a higher high? Maybe all we get is a nice 0.382 Fibonacci retracement for a healthy breather, and then we continue to the upside in a very strong parabolic way. This is typically how things happen, because once we build all the confirmations, we start to really start cranking up, and maybe retail starts to come in. We know the Kaspa community is very strong and does follow through, and we do get a lot of good price action. We're not talking about fundamentals here. We're talking about pure charts and fundamental and technical analysis. And based on what I see here is, if Kaspa chart can confirm the change of character, it is very likely that Kaspa is going to end up being in an uptrend in the next little while. So just keep in mind that we are getting all the little details that we need here on the daily to flip bullish on Kaspa on this horizontal, with a very good level of invalidation on that horizontal. Super important. Now, could we get a bit of volume here? Yes, volume would be useful. We can see that we have a volume gap right here that could allow the price to fly right through without much volume. But to break through this resistance, it would be very helpful to get some market participation. Yes, we're getting a bit of an increase in volume, a tad, but nothing major in comparison to previous candles or previous impulses to the upside. If we're going to get a bullish impulse here that's going to break resistance, we need that volume. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, momentum across the market, including Bitcoin, is looking really good. As a momentum trader, I've learned to kind of, read the charts in such a way where I can pick levels of which I see momentum shifts and healthy momentum shifts. Right here, I can see a nice healthy momentum shift. Multiple expansions, smaller, big expansion, smaller expansion, double bottom. That's Class C bullish divergence. We see momentum right here. Look at all these bearish impulses got basically higher lows on the momentum, while price action was making lower lows. Multiple drives of Class A bullish divergence down here, and I appreciate that the market structure is currently giving us some signals of that change of character. So we're getting a lot here. If you look at the trend oscillator, EMAs are facing up, green histogram bars, multiple drives of bullish divergence, class A bullish divergence. So it's looking pretty good. Am I getting full on bullish? No, but I am getting bullish, guys. This is how it is. How much capital are you going to deploy into long positions here on Kaspa is all dependent on your conviction, on your bullish thesis. How bullish are you on this chart? I'm pretty bullish, guys. It's somewhat bullish. We break through, guys. That's when I'm going to start getting defensive for a bit of a pullback, and then we're game on. Now, if you're in longs right now since the entry, which was at about 6.5 cents, I understand if you want to take a bit of profits, at least 10%, and trail yourself up into some profit to protect your gains. I totally understand, because it all depends on how much risk you took. You might want to start de-risking here so that you protect your initial investment, you protect your portfolio, you protect your gains, getting defensive on lower time frames. Let's do that. 6 hour, if you start going onto the 6 hour chart, you can see the resistance. You can see that even Bitcoin is at that resistance and doing its thing. We got overbought already. We're overbought again without getting oversold. We see that the EMAs here on the histogram bars and the histogram bars are somewhat bullish still. EMAs facing up, green histogram bars in the bullish control zone. We're getting a lot of good signals maybe for a continuation, but you're running into resistance, and that's the thing. We're waiting for a breakout here. This is a breakout scenario, guys. So if you're a breakout trader, good on you. This is what you should be doing. But risk management on breakout trading is very, very difficult, because it's hard to get defensive or get risk-free when you are buying into resistance, right? Where are you going to put your stop loss? Down here? Okay, maybe. Or down here. That's a big dip, right? And this could cause a fake out where we eventually continue to the upside. Hunt this liquidity right into here. Look at that. That's primed. That's very possible. So this is why lower time for breakout trading is very difficult, because you're not buying from a position of strength. You're actually buying from a position of weakness, because you're buying into resistance, which you could be buying the local top. That's the bigger issue that I have here on the 6 hour. But big picture on the daily, guys, this is looking good. If it does get that pullback and we get a confirmed higher low here, like I mentioned, guys, it's ideal to be buying the dip. As long as we make a higher low, we keep on going up, confirm another higher high, and the trend is your friend, and we make that pivot point, the confirmed change of character. So you get what I mean here, guys. Everything is looking good. It just, how bullish are you? That is the question. How bullish are you? All right, guys, if I've offered you any value in this video, do the channel a massive favor. It does help out with the algorithm. If you want to follow me on the socials, the links are in the description. Better yet, guys, join the Discord. The Discord is where it's at. Lots of good alpha, trade setups, fundamentals, and learning material. The best part is it's absolutely free. Take care, guys. Have a good one. And don't forget, buy the dip.